Groovers. Oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh, what's going on there? Bit of a minor issue. I forgot all about this. We can't go live on the Australian Controversial Drama Channel for 23 hours, 43 minutes, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds. So we're here. I am here. I just hit the wrong button. Hello. Hello there. Yeah. Minor detail that I'd forgotten all about. I just thought that my channel would be good to go because it's been around since I think 2018, it said, or 19. It's a pretty old channel. The new one, that is. So what I thought I'd do is just brand this so it looks like the Australian Controversial Drama Channel. We can muck around over here. After the live, I will private it and then I'll download it and then upload it over on the ACDC channel. What do you reckon, Groovers? There is a poll in chat. Oh, so far we've got some voting happening. You guys don't muck around. Bullhorn Betty is out in front at the moment. That's pretty impressive. Go BHB. We'll wait for a few more beautiful people to roll in and get a few more votes happening. But at the moment, sitting out at 75%, it's looking like it could be a Bullhorn Betty party. I refreshed my mega pint. I hope you all have too. Cement Shoes, good to see you, mate. Francesca, I'm glad you guys must have got a notification that sent you back here because I was like, that's okay. I'll just put a little thing on the community page over on the other channel. Doesn't have one yet. Yeah, couldn't do that. Then I was like, oh, maybe I could set up a live premiere and we could just watch something we've already watched before and at least I can muck around and chat with you. But all of the videos I've already put up, because they're already made public, I can't turn them into premieres. So I was like, well, back here will come. It looks like an Australian Controversial Drama Channel show. We've got the little logo up there. If I turn the camera off, g'day Groovers. It's all happening. Lindy Lou, BHB all the way. Michael Waffles is back. Hey, Kylie, you found us. You were watching the last stream and trying to catch up. Well, it was such a good stream until copyright came along. And then they didn't let me continue playing the interview, which is so good. I might even have to create like a Patreon or something for this channel where we can do stuff like that without getting into trouble. Maybe on Facebook we could do it. You can do watch parties over there. I don't know. But Facebook people don't like getting over there because, you know, it's all like, oh, my real name's exposed. So that's fair enough. But we'll work it out. We'll work it all out. But good to have you here, Kylie. Yeah, it was going great guns and then bow. So I'm going to write to Channel 7 and ask them politely if I can use their fabulous interviews because they are so good. They're so good for discussion about the Brittany Higgins, Bruce Lehrman case. I'm bummed. I'm bummed, man. They didn't strike me. This YouTube realized it was copyrighted and just cut it off midstream. And as soon as I stopped playing it, well, not as soon as, but a few minutes later, we were back. Yeah, no, we were really getting into it and it went boom too. It was a bummer, but that's okay. This channel will be very focused on true crime and cooking and crimes about food, scam baiting. Actually, I do have a live scammer at the moment. I can't stand him. He keeps calling me when I'm at work, and I didn't have my phone on silent the other day, and I was in a training session with my boss in my office with me, and the fucking scammer rang my phone. Suppose we could. Well, no, but this channel, with the branding that I've put up, but the Law of Crime and Cooking, that's where all the scam baiting is going to be happening too, because we need to have some fun content on this channel as well. Yeah, the scammers are great. But, I didn't think about him. He's told me that I've won stuff. I think if he calls me and I'm sharing the Facebook Messenger, it should come through. We could always do a bit of scam baiting, even though, well, now I have to change I won't worry about changing the branding. What a confusing couple of days in this community. Let me just message the prick and see if he's around. I don't like sharing Facebook because it's really hard to protect the identities of my actual friends and their real names in Messenger. But I'll see what I can do. Because if anyone messages me and stuff like that, I've had really bad experiences sharing Facebook on my channel before. Because you have to, I've got to make sure too, because he's actually used a fake profile, a profile of someone I actually know, and her photo and her name. And her name is showing up, and I don't know how to change that. Yeah. I knew that it was a scammer because one of my Facebook friends has been hacked, and the name she uses on Facebook, well, actually, it's just her first name and her middle name. It doesn't mention her surname, but it's still, I'm not comfortable. I need to screenshot it. And even if he calls me, her face is going to flash up on the screen. She knows she's been hacked, by the way, but his profile is still active. Yeah, I might have to think that one through. It might be a case of me actually screenshotting everything and redacting, but there's no way I can answer the call because her face will be the little icon that starts flashing on the screen. And that would be awful. Yeah, he's one of the, I'll read out the message I got from him. Although he's actually told me to move over to a completely different Facebook profile, which I haven't checked out yet. That's been taken down. They took down that fake profile, but the hacked profile of my friend is still up. Let me just message him and tell him that that's gone. But yeah, I don't want to dox my friend. Well, I won't be doxing it because I won't be doing it maliciously, but it'd be stupid of me to do it. So I got hey, how are you? Hope you're doing well and enjoying life. Just want to check if you're keeping safe and stay healthy. And then I said, I'm great, thanks. Hope you are too, although Betty's calling. Good to hear from you. Have been doing good and excited. I hope you've heard about the great news yet. Straight away, I'm like, we've got a live one. So the good news is the Community Development Block Grant, the CDBG entitlement program, provides annual grants on a formula basis to entitled cities and counties to develop viable urban communities by providing decent housing and a suitable living environment, and by expanding economic opportunities, principally for low and moderate income. I said, this is a bit heavy at bedtime. Can we talk about my county tomorrow? I applied and got 100,000 from them. Well, actually, it says 100,000. So later on, I said, wow, you got $100. Yeah, I applied and got 100,000 from them. Also, it's tax-free and I don't have to pay it back. Do you know how to apply? And then he sent me this dicky link to speak to Agent Faith Linda, That's the agent. Private text link. Click on it and message him now. Tell him you want to claim your winning money. And I said, Agent Faith Linda is a man. And then we went into a bit of that whole, well, you can't assume anything these days type conversation. It's very strange. But yeah, I'll protect my friend, I think. Yes, I wouldn't. Yeah, the untied state. Look, every scammer brings their own gems along with them. Yeah, the entitlement program. The funny thing is, too, the person that he's hacked is probably one of the wealthiest people I know. I mean, she's significantly older than me. She's the mother of several of my friends, for starters. But I did ask how she qualified, considering she's fucking loaded, and he didn't explain that bit. So anyway, let's check the poll. Jesus, Bullhorn Betty with an 88%. Let's end the poll. No one wants BXB's poll. I do want to react to him one day because, my God, he's hopeless. I used to find him interesting and focused, and he's just not. He doesn't listen, and he jumps in and goes, well, that doesn't make any sense to me. And it's like, just listen and it will. And then sure enough, they explain it. And he doesn't go, oh, okay, that makes sense. He's then questioning the next thing. It's like, listen and then react, man. But the reason I put Bullhorn Betty, JLR in there is because they've both gone live in the last 24 hours. I don't want to react to anything too stale. Let's get the Betty up. Let's see what Bullhorn's up to. She's going to be entertainment on this lovely Saturday evening. It's very cold, actually. I'm just going to, I think my heating has reached the maximum temperature I had it set. So let me just, that's how lazy I am. It's right over there, the thermostat. But why do that? Why get up and change it when I can do it from my phone, right? I mean, I'm live on YouTube. I've got people to talk to and stuff to do. Oh, no, it's still cranking on. It just feels like it's getting a bit chilly in here. Oh, it started raining. Oh, yay. Top up my tank. Okay. I left that door a bit ajar. That might be why it's cooled down a bit. There's a heap of channels that go at BHB. Are you saying that because you don't want me to, or didn't you say BHB all the way earlier? Or was that somebody else? Oh, no, that was Lindsay Lou. I reckon there's probably 40 channels that go after her, but everyone has their own style. And she's an easy one to make fun of. This is just for something to do. I'm going to go with her latest one. She's talking about cases I don't know much about, so I'm not going to be able to heckle her. Or do I find one? No, we're going back a bit late. And the reason I had JLR up there is because he does about 38 videos a day. But he's all about Brian Koberger at the moment. New records, and the defense wants cameras banned. Oh my God, there'll be a riot on YouTube if the cameras are banned. I saw a hand. But you voted. It's a democratic channel. You guys voted. You want the Bullhorn, and we'll go with her most recent live. I don't think we'll be doing the full hour and 33 minutes of it. That's too much to bear. Sunny is actually in my bedroom, which is great because she can't handle BHB's voice, or she couldn't handle Molly Golightly's. Oh my God, cameras in BHB versus Queen Bee. Wouldn't that be a doozy? Wouldn't that be a doozy? Whew. we'd all be tuning in for that. I'd get up in the middle of the night for that, for sure. All right, so fair use, Betty, baby. My reactions are based more on just the ridiculous stuff she says. I mean, we can go to the 38,000 channels on YouTube for people that make fun of her looks, and feel free to in the chat if that's what floats your boat. But she doesn't, I mean, you know, I mean, I cam up. I know that I'm constantly, my looks are being picked apart. It's just the risk of camming up. All power to those who cam up. But if she is wearing something ridiculous, or like her boob is hanging out of a top, or she's got a booger, you know, a little bat in the cave, I might say something for comedic effect. Yeah, the Nicola Bully, I've got to look into that. I did have a note on a piece of, but I'll put another note on this piece of paper because it got buried somewhere else. There's quite a few lawsuits. We've got Ickard Mel now suing Ryan Upchurch, in addition to the Rodney family. We've got this BHB Queen Bee, and then the countersuit. There's a few floating around, and there'll continue to be. And I've actually got a live that I will transfer over to the Australian Controversial Drama channel at some point, where I was talking about the only way I could see all of the craziness that's happening on YouTube stopping is if people start suing. And it was like a 2 or 3 year old live. I thought, oh, let's put that one up. Tori being a psychic. No, she was in such a histrionic voice as well. Have you come into Whinge as well? Because I'm just going to time people out. I did a poll, and the vote was for Bullhorn Betty. So that's what we're doing. We've had a live cut short because we got detected by YouTube for showing copyrighted material. The live got shut down. It was a bloody awesome live. We were talking about Brittany Higgins and Bruce Lerman. It was great. Everyone was really getting into it. And it's Saturday night. It's only 9:30. Still got a good hour in me. So we were like, fuck it, let's go over to the new channel, which is now where all the Kramer is, and do some reactions. And then I realized I couldn't go live on that channel for 24 hours. I've shown the countdown on that channel just before when this live started. So we did a poll, and the people have spoken. They want me to react to Bullhorn. So the next person who comes in and says so many people are covering Bullhorn at the moment, you're going to go into the naughty corner for 5 minutes. Exactly, a bat in the cave. It's about what his name stands for. I can't remember what I was talking about. I got a bit behind. JLR is suing Unirock. Oh, yeah, that was I remember hearing about that, but that was a while ago. Like, I'm not, like, I'd forgotten about it. Yeah. Well, I mean, JLR has sued everyone. He's sued Holocaust victims. He holds the record for the biggest number of lawsuits in America. Frivolous ones. Oh, I know, she's a shocker. She's very easy to react to. He is, I think, yes, too. Yeah, you guys have seen JLR's Wikipedia, haven't you? Anyway, put a 1 in chat if you haven't seen JLR's Wikipedia. I've shown it before on this channel. One time, too, and I was commenting about how, so many people come to YouTube and they don't do their research. Well, JLR's a classic example of that. Like, do your research, because his channel grew exponentially. He's got 71,000 subscribers. And I can't stand it when you're in a chat somewhere and they're talking about crime and there's newbies on YouTube going, oh, I like listening to Jonathan Lee Richards. He's really good. And I'm like, oh my God. He's known for litigiousness. That's his preamble. You guys haven't seen it. Where were you when I showed it last time? All right, let's bring up his wiki, hey? Same with bloody I don't even know what her Truth and Transparency, Lana. When all the newbies arrived. Oh, I watched Truth and Transparency. She's so thorough. She's had a lot of lawsuit action, that girl, too. But look at this bit over here. Hang on, just make sure I'm sharing it. Yes, I am, and I've fully expanded. Cool. Known for litigiousness. Not known for being the best YouTuber ever. He's a convicted fraudster, known for the many lawsuits he's filed. He was chucked in prison for wire fraud. And then he got arrested for violating his federal probation. And when he was violating probation, he drove to Connecticut and impersonated the uncle of Adam Lanza, the shooter in the Sandy Hook Elementary School incident. Well, incident, that's a bit downplaying it. But yeah, he's filed over 2,000 since January the 8th, 2006. He's filed over 2,600 lawsuits in federal district courts across the country. But look at some of the defendants. Former President of the United States, George W. Bush. Martha Stewart. And the list goes on and on. Oh, look who's popped up. Britney Spears. Steve Jobs. Perez Hilton. Somali pirates. Yep, he sued Somali pirates. He filed a restraining order against Grand Theft Auto publisher Take-Two, developer Rockstar Games, and Grand Theft Auto itself, claiming the defendants put him in prison. It goes on and on and on. Defendants put me in prison. I face imminent danger from violent inmates who played Grand Theft Auto, who will knock me out and take my gold Jesus cross. Does that sound like the basis of a good lawsuit? You tell me. This guy's a living dumpster fire. I reckon some of them do, soulmate, for sure. Yeah, 10 years in the slammer. Lana's suing Melissa Jade right now. They're in court on Thursday. Jesus Christ. He should sue Buffalo Wild Wings for selling boneless wings that are really nuggets. Yeah, poor old Britney copped it too. I know, the Somali pirates. Well, the Ickard Mel lawsuit is also over the allegations that Ryan Upchurch made about him and Zaname murdering Kylie Rodney. He doesn't know any of them. But I'm going back over to his Wikipedia page because it's my favourite Wikipedia page. He's filed an injunction against the Guinness World Book of Records because he wanted to stop them from listing him as the most litigious individual in history. But then Sarah Wilcox from the Guinness World Book of Records said there was no such listing and no plan to create one. Most litigious man isn't something Guinness World Records has ever monitored as a record category. The action, like the vast majority of Rich's filings, was dismissed. Also, he sues defendants that aren't even persons subject to suit, like Adolf Hitler's National Socialist Party. The 13 tribes of Israel. The lawsuit in which George W. Bush was the first named defendant includes another 783 defendants, and it covers 57 pages, and they include Plato, Nostradamus, Che Guevara, James Hoffa, various Buddhist monks, all survivors of the Holocaust, the Lincoln Memorial, the Eiffel Tower, the USS Cole. Yeah, might as well throw a ship in the mix. The book, Mein Kampf, just the book, the Garden of Eden, the Roman Empire, the Appalachian Trail, Plymouth Rock, the Holy Grail, Nordic gods, the dwarf planet Pluto, and the 3 Mile Island incident. What the fuck did Pluto do wrong? Pluto already had its planet status taken off it. Leave Pluto alone. He is a serial pest. Yeah, well, Ryan Upchurch said it on Zab's channel, I think. Isn't that what happened there? Because that was also, it was on Zab's channel that Ryan Upchurch said Kylie Rodney was a work of fiction. She didn't exist. This is his day job, yes. He has got way too much time on his hands. He's got money from somewhere. He's flitting around the country all the time. I remember him in New York on one of my lives. The bright lights. The bright lights. I don't think he has sued Trump yet. Good question. Yeah, leave Pluto alone. I know. Lots of false statements, fraud. His lawsuits have been dismissed as frivolous, malicious, or for failure to state a claim upon which relief could be granted. Kind of important that you meet that element. He's barred from proceeding in forma pauperis, a Latin legal term. Look, we did learn some Latin terms at law school, but we didn't this, but it means in the character or manner of a pauper. So he's obviously tried to do that many times, like avoid all of the usual fees associated with lawsuits. A collection of his lawsuits were published on April Fool's Day 2016. In November 2018, Rich's self-published Nothing is Written in Stone, a Jonathan Lee Rich's companion, contains a selection of his lawsuits as well as an autobiography. Really? Where do I buy this? This could be my new bedtime reading book. I could do like audio. I could read from it for you guys to fall asleep to. I'm just checking it out on Amazon. Hang on. Let's get rid of the wiki and bring up the Amazon. I don't think we'll even need to look at Bullhorn Betty at this rate. There's plenty of material right here. No, he represents himself. He's one sick unit. There's a padded room somewhere with this guy's name on it and please hold for delivery. Oh, I know. He's spent a lot of money protecting his family and, yeah, it's been pretty full on. Freaked Mel. I don't believe he's won any, no. But here's his book on Amazon, guys. And wait a minute. $43. $43.61. Oh, wait, that's in English currency. Hang on. It's still $43.61. No. Nothing is written in stone. A Jonathan Lee Rich's companion. Over the last 20 years, Jonathan Lee Riches has cultivated an air of mystery, if he does say so himself. Having originally been incarcerated for wire fraud in 2003, he became infamous both inside the prison and on the internet for filing thousands of frivolous lawsuits. These suits, often directed at celebrities and corporations, ought to instead be seen as attacks on language and the fabric of social reality itself, argued Dr. Mark Dial. And look at these two names, Mark Dial and Stephen Sigel. Who are those roosters? Oh, he's got a lawyer for the Uni Rock one. Interesting, Soulmate. Well, you'll have to keep us up to date on that stuff. Apparently somebody has cement shoes. Yeah, we'll go back to the photo with the book in a minute. Imagine, I bought the Christopher Watts book, that one that Sherilyn Cadle completely plagiarized, and I had to actually remove the cover because I couldn't stand having his face in my house, and I didn't even finish the book, and it just had such bad energy that I burnt it in my fire pot. Oh, I knew about him giving AWP 100K. Right before the whole Jared thing came out too. So there's a couple of essays by Dr. Dial and Dr. Sigel in the book, as well as a brief autobiography by Jonathan Lee Riches himself. It seemed Riches was using his court filings for a kind of social commentary verging on performance art, according to Michael Brick from the New Republic. The idea of lawsuits as pranks, raising issues of social and individual justice, is complexly illuminated in this exhaustively detailed book, suitable for reading on and around the world by Oxcart Voyage Around the World. The idea of lawsuits as pranks, raising issues of social and individual justice, is complexly illuminated in this exhaustively detailed book, suitable for reading on and around the world by Oxcart Voyage Around the World. Oh my God. Hi, Mel Mac. How are you, gorgeous? Yeah, he's suing his mum as well. I know, he's all, look, they're busy people. Around the World by Oxcart. Oh my God, this is gold. And then it mentions, oh, you see Brad Pitt too, Weird Al Yankovic, Harrison Ford, Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, let's go after a fictitious character. They're both compelling and frankly bewildering. From within the confines of the US prison system, his imagination and perhaps paranoia run wild, gradually constructing a surreal universe where presidents time travel to 1066 to change the course of history. O.J. Simpson carries out hits on behalf of Steve Jobs, and the US military illegally sells Jonathan Lee Rich's mugs on college campuses. Crikey. Are there any? Oh, there's 22 ratings. Reads like a Reddit troll. I learned about Jonathan Lee Richards while doing research on the Michael Vick dogfighting litigation and went down a rabbit hole I wish to never return from. I found a few of his pleadings online and then learned he had not one but two books. Oh, he's got another book and was instantly sold. Take my money, Mr. Richards. I really wish he'd expand on the autobiography he wrote at the end to go in more depth as a book of its own, as I was very fascinated in how the fraud was committed and the mindset behind the litigation. As a paralegal and someone in legal studies, I have to say how well his pleadings are written. I've been telling everyone under the sun about this man. Oh, please don't, Jenny Teague, because he's truly one of the greatest smartasses of our time. These lawsuits are hilarious, absurd, and his books are quite possibly the best things you'll ever read. And for anyone who loves these books, you'll be happy to know he has a YouTube channel, and it's equally amazing. 20 out of 10 recommend his books. This guy is brilliant. Is Jenny one of his mods? Wikipedia doesn't say how many he's won. It just says that nearly all of them have failed. Many of them were dismissed as frivolous and malicious, or they didn't have any opportunity for relief, which you sort of need to. So, like, for example, with Ickard Mel suing Ryan Upchurch for defamation, one of the elements of defamation is you have to prove that you've suffered some sort of financial loss because of what that person has said. So Ickard Mel having to install all of the security, for example, he can include that. That can be a financial loss. The same with the professor who's suing the TikToker who said that the professor had orchestrated the whole Idaho 4 murders. When people were questioning defamation and her chances of succeeding, they were going, well, she won't because she hasn't had any financial loss. But she too had to put in pretty full-on security at her property because of all the threats she was getting after that TikToker went rogue. William Fowler. It's actually good if you're looking for something unusual to read. Oh, yes, I always go into a bookshop and I'm like, can you help me? I'm looking for something unusual to read. I mean, that review is as useless as an ashtray on a motorbike, unless you are looking for something unusual to read. I'd rather read something thought-provoking personally, but, you know, maybe that's just me. I don't know. Amanda Harden reckons it's a good read. She kept talking about it to her 14-year-old daughter, so then her daughter wanted to read it. Megan Goldstein, JLR is a genius. There's a bit of hyperbole for you. Absolutely hilarious book that shows the lengths a prisoner would go for both attention from the public and to vex the American court system. Definitely worth a read if you like off-the-wall humour. Well, they're all getting his humour, clearly. Bree. I typically never like to kick back reading books, but I gave this one a shot and absolutely worth the read so far. You're definitely missing out on a fascinating read if you don't get it. Where's the 1-star review? I don't want to sign in. It won't show me the 1-star. I've got to sign in to read more. I can't be bothered. Top reviews. Oh, here we go. 1 star only. Well, there's someone gave him 1 star right there. Where's that review? No, it's just going to take me to have that calculated. You lie. Critical reviews. No. 7% gave him 4 star. Huh. Yeah, verified purchase. How many actually bought it? 1. Oh, so these aren't even people that read it. What the frig? Well, there you go, guys. Christmas ideas. Oh, wait. Sorry, I was going to show his photo. Come back. Come back, JLR. I mean, good on him, you know, if he's made a bit of coin, which is the overly expensive bloody book. I haven't paid $43 for a paperback in years. Nothing is written in stone. Here he comes. His next book's going to be called JLR. Watch out for the Moscow locals. Oh, yeah, probably was him using fake accounts. About as useful as a pogo stick in quicksand. You're going to ask your library to get it in. Oh, Lindy Lou, you have to let us know if they do, and then you need to come up on the channel and do a review of it. So yeah, there's his photo in his hoodie. If you've got Kindle Unlimited, it's free, but otherwise you've got to find $10. Even the used version, there's a used copy available, but even that from 138. What? $138 for a used no, what's Amazon? What are you doing? Free international delivery. No, I can live without that. Thank you very much. I was published on my dad's birthday. So there you go. Maybe we should react to him since he's pretty much taken up the bulk of the show. Going to be live for another 15, 20 minutes, I reckon. Oh my God, $43 is a funny coincidence because in the US, 43 is a code they use for crazy. Maybe it was deliberate. Yeah, I was thinking about like doing, like a bedtime story for everyone. Just read a chapter out of his book each night. But I couldn't. No, I couldn't. So should I change the poll? I'm going to do another poll and see what you guys think. I mean, even if we do Bullhorn, we're only going to do like 20, 30 minutes total. I've actually got to go to the loo too, so I'm going to chuck a song on while I have a loo break. Okay, there's a new poll. Let me find a song. Only 22 hours now. Well, just under 23 hours, so I can go live on my channel. Oh, some of you guys have been reacting over on my new channel. Thank you so much. Well, it's not new, it's old, but the newly reborn. I'm trying to think of a song. I'm actually quite tired. Yeah, I think it would damage my book too. I mean, it would damage my brain too. Actually, maybe we should react to he did it 2 days ago. Should we react to JLR talking about the delay of Koberger's trial? What's happening in the oh, everyone wants bullhorn still. Hit the thumbs up, Groovers. There's 10 watching and 6 thumbs. Come on, get us on the algorithm. Actually, we would be because you've got to get 50% to get on the algorithm, and we are. But if you haven't hit the like, give him a whackety doodah, would you? Thank you. Somebody just gave me a like, so that was lovely. Appreciate. Okay. I've got the new theme song for the channel playing in my brain, which isn't great. Well, actually, you guys have reacted to it, so maybe I'll play that. Because I think that goes for about 4 minutes, 3 minutes. That'll be enough time for me to go to the loo. Hang on a sec. I can give my channel a view. That'd be fun. Oh, no, it's 1:26. Damn it. I've just gone brain dead. I can't think of a song. BHB goes to court in September. BHB does win. I'll end that poll. No, Kylie, sorry. BHB, it's a democratic community. They voted. Sorry about that, but that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. Here, watch this. Bit of Tassie for you. I'll be back.
Wonderful town, wonderful people, places to go, things to see. Hobart, Tasmania, that's my wonderful town. Beautiful homes, schools and churches, entertainment, places to shop. Hobart, Tasmania, that's my wonderful town. Hobart, a center of transportation, business and banking and industry. Hobart, a center of communication, the home of Radio 780.
Hobart is great to live in and work in,
A friendly and happy place to be. Hobart, Tasmania, that's my wonderful town. Hobart has the River Derwent.
Hobart has Mount Wellington,
Hobart has the bridge, fountains that flow.
and Hobart has Radio 780.
Hobart has colleges and schools.
The State University.
Hobart has the best, but better yet,
Hobart has Radio 780.
New Norfolk and all the Huon Valley, Channel and Eastern Shore agree. Sandy Bay South and Glenorchy, they like Radio 780. 780 Hobart, in a wonderful town.
That's my wonderful town. Okay. Let's get up, Betty. let's have a bit of fun with Bullhorn, and then probably for like 20 minutes, half an hour, and then I'm going to go to bed. I've got early gym in the morning. I've got friends of mine down from the northwest. They're going to come and have coffee with me before they head back up north. I'm going to bake some cookies before they get here. You're all talking about lawsuits. I'm going to go back through this live chat once it fully uploads and make a list of all of these lawsuits, because we could just do a whole show on all the lawsuits. Do you guys actually want me to react to Bullhorn? Because you're all talking about every bloody lawsuit under the sun, which is fine. But I don't want to be reacting to Bullhorn if none of you really care. So let me know. Put a 1 in chat if you care. Put a 2 if you don't care. I mean, you voted on the poll. Do you care? You care in a sea of people who don't. Cement Shoes the only one who cares. Well, I'll be doing this for you, Cement Shoes. Well, I can on the other new channel, yes, but I don't know enough about it right now. I mean, I know a lot about her past, but it's not something I'm up to speed on. To be honest, I never think about her. But we do take requests, but it'll be on the other channel, not this one. Because the Australian Controversial Drama channel is where all the crama will be. Oh, yeah, you can catch up on others. I'm a very dry sense of humour at this hour of the night. I was being a bit sarcastic. Plus, I'm ahead of you guys. Like, you're only just starting to vote now, like Lindy Lou and My Girl Waffles are rolling in with the votes because I'm ahead of you. Miss K put a 1 up earlier. So, yeah, let's get Bullhorn with her drama-free zone.
Hi, Bullhorn Betty. Thank you for my shirt. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Kids Club. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club.
Step 1.
Wait, what
Wake up early, gonna
happened
rise
there?
Step 2.
Whose children are they? Which subscriber has offered their children for this? I wish I could read what was on that T-shirt too. Let me see. I've got the full screen up.
Hi, Bullhorn Betty. Thank you for my shirt.
I think it says Bullhorn Betty Kids Club. I mean, why? What's going on here? Yes. 10:01 p.m. It'd be here now. What the hell? Why is she doing this? I think it's weird too. I mean, she'll say it's, because she's all about the children, right? I know I feel bad the kid's on the screen, but I wanted to read the T-shirt. Why is there a child? Because it's the Bullhorn Betty Kids Club. That's why there's a child. I mean, whoever filmed this is quite okay, and they've sent it to Bullhorn, obviously. I had just the same thought from someone who says some kids need to be euthanized. Yes. But what's with the kids club? I mean, she's quite odd for someone who doesn't have kids. Like, she goes to those local school meetings and speaks about parenting and parents as if she's one as well. It's very weird.
Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Kids Club. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2.
I mean, I get it. She's trying to be cute, but that's just odd. Anyway, let's get through the musics. Where's Bullhorn Betty today? Ah. That's quite the strut she's got. I don't know anything about this case, the Layla Santinello one. But she's on a mission with that rock music playing in her stapler that can stick the flyers that came off her 1987 printer. She's got a staple gun that's doing its work. I know, it's very strange, isn't it? Very strange indeed. But look at Brooke. She's... I just see that shot of her with the muddy legs. You know, she's not afraid to get dirty when she's out working the field. Why is she just like out of breath on the hill in her shorts? She's like another poor tree. I'm going to leave that. Well, yeah, look, I mean, I do think my outfit's through before I YouTube, I must admit, but she looked like she was having a bit of a conniption just before, and I thought she was about to fall in that swamp. You watch her. It's a bit wobbly. I don't know why you'd leave that in. I mean, she's very resolute, strutting around on the street and stapling things to trees, but that poor house too, she's pretty much put posters all over every pole and tree right outside that house. Presumably that could be Layla Santinello's house, maybe, or if it's not, it's just some innocent person's house who's getting a lot of exposure on YouTube. The dog's like not into her either. Printing in colour is very expensive in Australia. I don't know if it's expensive for you guys, but yeah, using your colour. Gee, that 87 printer, I reckon the cartridges would be pretty expensive too. That's really sad. Layla's date of birth is the 5th of August, 2002. She's a baby, 21. Look, that was odd. I mean, that footage is weird, right? The mud, but that other footage, you could just see the top of her head and basically a power pole. But here's where she sort of doesn't look like she's very solid or sturdy on her foot. There's a fair bit of, you know, wobbling going on. You watch. Oh, wobble, wobble. Uh-oh. Take a deep breath, BHB. Way to work, man.
Okay.
Is this her searching? Is that what she's doing? Is she searching? She's not. She's never well dressed for the search. Never well dressed for a search.
And slid down so we can see a red suitcase right here for law enforcement if they're watching and you guys would like to come back here.
going to walk across a horrible crime scene one day and just have it all there. Whatever the hell she's just found in that area. I'm not really. It does sound like bad porno music. It's like poo on her legs. Because. But she's going to stumble across something one day and she'll be streaming and be completely oblivious, and people are just going to see something they will not be able to unsee. I'm not talking about her in her outfit.
Of her being out here. So this is what we're doing today. We will see you guys back here real soon.
Hey guys, this is a sad story out of Los Angeles, California. This right here is Andrea Vasquez. Andrea Vasquez is a beautiful 19-year-old girl that was abducted in broad daylight. This is a wild and bizarre story of how she was ambushed at a park, guns blazing, shooting up the vehicle that they were at, and then kidnapping her and taking her to another location. As you see, the gunman suddenly opened fire on the couple before pulling the 19-year-old Andrea out of the vehicle. Andrea's boyfriend escaped the gunfire, but returned to the vehicle to find that she had indeed been kidnapped. There was a blood trail, folks. Gabriel Sean Esparza, 20.
There was a blood trail, folks. She almost said that with a bit of excitement in her voice. I don't think it's a bad thing she's putting up flyers either. But if she's putting them on the same poles outside the same house, like it's better to spread them a bit further afield. I don't know what's going on here in her raunchy little singlet top, but anyway.
Years old, is accused of this heinous crime against Andrea Vasquez. And I think the most wild part of this ordeal is this monster was the son of L.A. County Fire Captain. What is going on in this young man's life? Breaking news on...
Oh, so this is sort of like a montage. A montage of things. Okay.
Brian Kohberger and the Idaho 4. In accordance to the most recent court hearing, Brian is waiving his right to a speedy trial. Many of you guys know he was just fighting with the courts over the indictment and how the jury was selected. He challenged that. He also asked for a second stay in the hearing. They were unsuccessful at court, and the judge was forcing this.
What's with the weird music? There's a lot going on with Betty all the time. There's a lot going on. No, she doesn't. And that's the thing. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she puts flyers up for the wrong person in the wrong suburb, to be honest. Yeah, whack those thumbs up. Thank you, Mel Mac. It is people's real life. And that previous story, I mean, that guy's been charged with abducting and murdering that girl. But, you know, he was the son of. Like, let's bring the parent into the situation. I mean, look at Lucy Letby. You know, her parents had honourable careers and so on. Like, I hate how the other family members get sort of thrown into the mix like they've done something wrong. Some people are just born bad. Yeah, there's always an element of that. She does enjoy it. And the gorier, the better. Her chat has to correct it. Yeah, I've seen that. Well, I've tried to. I think I'm blocked on her channel. It hurts everyone's brains, Kylie. We're not doing it for long. There is a very short window that we can discuss the Betty. Kohberger looks like Marilyn Manson without the crazy makeup and hair. What an interesting observation. Oh, cement shoes. He does not. Well, she's not even that, because the paralegaling that she did was brief and it was in a firm, and I'm going to be careful what I say because I can't remember exactly, but burnt toast went through it, but it was a firm that did like mortgages or, bank takeovers where people had defaulted on their mortgages. Like that was it. It was a specialist little, like a law firm, small law firm with a specialist area, but it was something to do with repossessing homes, and she only worked for them for a brief period of time. She hasn't got any paralegal experience in criminal law or anything like that. Yeah, I'm having nightmares about it too. And Francesca and I were chatting in chat the other day about how, I know the gamer chair, but I mean, Zav Girl, Bullhorn Betty, Mummy Ramblings, all in gamer chairs. I see a pattern here. And to be honest, the one who bugs me in the gamer chair the most is Mummy Ramblings. It just doesn't look right to me at all. But yeah, Francesca and I were talking about how we can't get our heads around Lucy Letby, and then somebody put a really good comment under one of my lives where I'd been talking about it, saying that, she definitely, and Humanimal said, that she's a sadist, and she's definitely got sadistic tendencies. There's no doubt about it. But it was quite a good comment. And I think I responded and said, yeah, look, I learned a long time ago that sometimes not knowing the answer is the answer. It was bugging me but I've listened to so many different people now, and none of them can really work her out either. And I'm like, we'll just let that one go. She's just one out of the box. Just let her go. No point trying to understand how anyone could do that, because if you could understand how anyone could do that, then you yourself would have to be a bit odd in the way you think, I reckon, because it's just inconceivable. Back to the Betty, all the random, like the music in the background of this too, like there's too much going on, and all the different colors and fonts, and Betty, you exhaust us.
This trial to go on October.
The way we really threat in this case. So if we were,
look, this is actual courtroom footage, and she's got all of these orbs and things for, like, why are you doing this? It's not like a little TikTok that you do for your family at Christmas. Just show the footage. That's the stuff people are interested in. All this other stuff is distracting us. We don't know what's going on. I think I'm getting a migraine, and I've never actually had one.
To push this out, this case, and then something else happens that allows us, or requires us to push it out a little farther, you can't claim your right to a speedy trial like that. Sure you want to do this?
Absolutely.
The Gonzalez family made several posts on their family Facebook page
that I've been stalking. I mean, her, not me. I haven't, but yeah.
And in the Facebook post on Wednesday, the Gonzalez asked for prayers for their family. I, Bullhorn Betty, did leave a prayer for healing and protection.
I bet that'll help them a lot. Wow. I don't know. Half the time when I react to her, I'm just in shock that, like, if she was an actor and she just was like, she wasn't getting a lot of acting work, and she's like, I'm just going to create this character on YouTube, and I'm just going to be consistently confusing. I'm going to have a very prolific delusions of grandeur vibe going on. I'm going to go live from my office, and I'm going to have this outdated printer and weird shit in the background, and I'll mix it up every now and then. I'm going to get a bullhorn and just cause havoc wherever I go. If that's what she is, then she's a fucking genius. But she isn't that. We know that. This is her. But yeah, if this was just someone who created this character, give them an Oscar. Seriously. I don't know what she's doing. She's got Jesus's private line on speed dial for sure. So anyway, she's given them a prayer, and I'm sure they are very grateful.
They also stated, "We are afraid he is going to waive his right to a speedy trial, and therefore the trial will not start in October, and it could be years before he's brought to justice." And that terrifies the Gonzalez family. So please let me know what your thoughts are on this trial. Now that he's waived his right to a speedy trial, it might be years before he is brought to justice. What are your thoughts about this? And do you think he's the guy? And does he have an alibi? So we have a major update.
It's really weird because we don't have the speedy trial thing in Australia, and it's pretty standard that trials take place 2 or 3 years after. I mean, even before, when we were talking about the Brittany Higgins, Bruce Lerman, the most recent trial that was listed was this year. And this is stuff that happened 4 years ago. So it's pretty standard. And then most trials in the States people wait for several years. So it's kind of a weird one for me. How do the Americans in chat feel about all of this speedy trial stuff? You can't unsee the Manson resemblance. You're convinced he's the right guy? She does. She's a bruiser. She's a bruiser for sure. Okay.
On the Rachel Morin case, many know that there is a crazed lunatic.
Make it look like the crazed lunatic's brains just blew off his head. Like he just looked like he blew his brains out with that flame stuff. The crazed lunatic on the loose.
Running the streets of America. He was over in Los Angeles and now in Maryland. The DNA was linked from one case to another. However, the case in Maryland, a woman died. This is 37-year-old Rachel Morin, mother of 5, that was brutally attacked on the Maupassant Heritage Trail. Now, I am unsure if this man here is connected at all to Rachel Morin's case or the case from Los Angeles.
Wait, she's unsure. So why are you showing this dude then?
However, this man here was described as attacking a woman in Orange County on a hiking trail. He is described as a Hispanic male around 30 to 40. And the one that we are being described from Rachel Morin's case, this man here, appears to be, and we were told by law enforcement, between 20 and 30 years old. But we have to remember, these are only assumptions from law enforcement because they don't know who they're looking for. Could this man here also be this man here? I don't know.
Neither do I. Because for starters, we can't see the other guy's face, and one of them's a sketch. I don't know, Bullhorn, but you're asking the probing questions that keep us all awake at night. God bless you.
What are your thoughts? Either way, this man is also being looked for an attack on a trail. So is it the same person? I don't know. Let's look for both.
Why don't you just find out all of them, including the sketch where they live, and just dox all of them? Just put it all out there, because that's what you like to do, isn't it?
Never forget exactly why we do this. It's to bring answers and awareness to these types of cases for victims just like Rachel Morin.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube.
And all those things you wanted, you will not find there. Well, I can't with all the bloody rock music and explosions and It's too much. It's too much. Hang on. Hi, Jane Tonks. Hi, Jane Tonks. Have just had a cup of tea. Does that make you sound important? It does, Jane Tonks, and welcome. Lovely to have you here. Jeez. Where was I before? If he's not the right guy, I'd hate to think how much creepier the real guy. Good point, Cement Shoes. Well, I mean, she can do whatever she wants as long as she gets the facts right. But the TikToks, do they have to be that full on with bloody... I mean, she was showing the courtroom with Koberger sitting in there with orbs floating. I mean, come on, soulmate. She doesn't need all these sound effects. I mean, this person's busily typing away. Head over to Bullhorn Betty, and there's bloody explosions going off and like rock music. It's all a bit much. There's a lot that the Americans can do that we can't because of our privacy laws. And yeah, our cops stay very tight-lipped as well. Which is why just be mindful when you're listening to like Americans talking about the mushroom mystery, because anyone that's sort of going live at the moment with new information, it hasn't come from the cops and it's not in any reputable media. Like every update that I do is, and I'm sort of doing them almost a week apart at the moment because there's really not that much going on. But yeah, I've had so many people go, oh, you've got to watch this person's channel. They're covering not Grizzly, but a few other ones that have been recommended to me. And I've listened, and they're using mainstream media as their reliable sources. So just bear that in mind. And they don't even quote their sources, which is very frustrating. But I know what sources they're using because I've seen the tabloid bullshit that they've got that information from. Anywho, you had a bit of a meltdown about the mushroom case. What happened, Lindy Lou? We'll have a little breather from board. I mean, these headphones are so good. And I just feel like I've got explosions still going off in my head at the moment. She's lost the plot now, not that she had much of a plot before. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's great to react to because there's just so much going on, but that's also the downside of reacting to her. And we actually haven't got into the actual show yet. We're 10 minutes in, and it's all still all these sort of little TikToks and updates and doco of her getting mud on her leg in a swamp. And I didn't appreciate Grizzly's stream. I didn't watch it. I just put a not wonderful comment in. Really? Why didn't you appreciate it? Like, if you didn't watch it, what made you not appreciate it? Oh, with the mushrooms, the misinformation. Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it? But it happens all the time. I mean, that's the downside of YouTube. You know, like, it doesn't matter how much we stick to the facts here. It's not an across-the-board rule for many YouTubers. Most, in fact. All right, a bit more rock music. I know you're all missing it, but when does the stream actually start? It feels like a year ago that we were looking at the kid in the little Bullhorn Betty Kids Club t-shirt.
Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
I'm going to turn my headphones right down.
Oh, good morning, my beautiful people of YouTube. I got a couple new pairs of glasses. The readers aren't quite in yet, so I'll have to digress to my prior reading glasses. But there they are. I am going blind, folks. I am officially going blind. I am aging. This sucks. I have to be honest.
Actually, I went to my optometrist this week, and I shit you not, guys, I was told by my optometrist that not only do I have a small optical nerve, which means it's very unlikely that I will have like serious eye issues for the remainder of my life. I've also got 20/20 vision, which is incredibly rare, believe it or not. And she told me my eyesight was better than a 12-year-old's. But here was the kicker. She told me I have exquisite macula. And I went, well, that's good to know. If I ever one day need to go on a dating site to meet some suitor, I'll be sure to mention my exquisite macula. So, yeah, I do need readers, but my long distance vision, unbelievable. I can see things miles away, but computer screens and books and things like that are slightly problematic. So, yeah, it sucks to be you, Betty, because I have exquisite macula.
So we did a little bit different.
And I'm about it. I think I'm 10 years older than her. You have no idea what's coming, Betty. Enjoy your 40s, kiddo.
Intro coming in a little bit longer because I'm just recapping all the work I did yesterday and this morning.
Oh my God, where's the printer? I mean, there's clearly still paper there. What happened? And there's a little box of staples. Is that cups? What's going on over here? We've got some little cowboy. They're surely not big enough for her foots. There's the bullhorn. Thankful, grateful, and blessed. Do it anyway. Something up there about being liked. Where the fuck is the printer, guys? Where's the chain that was shooting out the top of that water thing that had the dolphin on it? Where did this little table come from? I haven't seen the new office. She's been reporting live from her bedroom or poolside the last few times I've seen her floating around. It must be nearly my birthday. No, not nearly. No, not quite. Not quite. We've still got a few more months ahead of us. However, you have just reminded me of somebody else's birthday. Okay. Oh, it's further up the desk, just out of sight. So up here. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong screen. It's like up here somewhere. Okay, so it's still around. Can you believe it, though? 11 minutes and 14 seconds in, and here we are. And so far, she's blind, and she doesn't like getting old. And there's that gamer chair that you'd give your 13-year-old, right? If you had a little 13-year-old girl that liked gaming, that would be the chair you'd get them. I mean, I wouldn't. I would never have a gamer's chair in my house. Aesthetically, they disturb me. But if I were in the predicament of having a child who wished for one and they were 13, then that's what they would get.
And then, all the research that's going to go into our case for today, cases. So we're going to be diving right in here. We're going to get a little
dive in, Betty.
Back to the swing of things. We've got our handy dandy language of letting go that gets us through each and every day because we as human beings struggle. Like, we don't like lifing it, right? Life kind of sucks. We all just want to wake up, have a big pile of money in our bank accounts, and be able just to do whatever we want each and every day. But we've got to get up. We've got to go to work. We got to pay the bills, right? So what helps
Where do you go to work, Betty? Oh, to your study, of course. She does look like she's broadcasting from 1987. It is a blinding chair. Yes. Oh, wait, you're still talking about mushrooms further up. She's got a huge, I mentioned that the other day when people were in the chat were saying that she did it for insurance money. And I said, not at all. She's loaded. She's loaded. The waterfront property her mother left her is incredible. But yeah, no, she's got a huge property portfolio. Well, she's got 3. Well, probably 2 at the moment, but the 2 that she's got are both worth well over $1 million, including the one where the lunch was served. But then you're talking about Bullhorn Betty's house. I think that, but Bullhorn bought her chair in the junior section and Zav went to the teenage boy section. Oh no, not the young, the older one, the serious gamer boys. I mean, don't get me wrong, there'd be gamer girls that were like this. Because even before I was like, oh my God, I said if I had a daughter and it'd be a pink chair and someone's going to go, meh. It sucks. You've got to think about every bloody thing you say these days. But they probably did have a fire sale on gamer chairs and then MRB swooped in and got the purple one. She does have a granny chain to hold her glasses on. Hey, DWS, I just said the same thing. Apparently it is on the desk. In fact, I need to get my face out of the picture. Apparently, DWS, and good to see you, mate, is to the left of this gigantic pile of shite over here. It's just because there's the A4 paper. Apparently it is still around. It's just out of sight. But not out of mind. She bought the chair from Pepto-Bismol. Look, if you like a gamer chair, go for it. I'm not judging those who do. I'm just saying me personally, aesthetically, not a fan. But that doesn't mean yours isn't gorgeous. I wouldn't know. Whenever Critical K said I'm logging off now to game, I pictured her in one of those ones that's got the mechanical bit so that you can rock backwards and forwards and side to side as well while you're playing. You know, the really intense gamer chairs. And there's no way in hell I would ever have one of those in my house. I just wouldn't. Has she tidied up a bit though? Because, I mean, well, she sort of has, I guess. You're right. Yeah, she's got a bit of a thing going on over this side. But I don't understand the little sort of miniature cowboy boots with the coffee. It's all, and what are these over here? Is that either rabbit ears or little ballet? I don't know. I'd be styling this area knowing it's going to be that you guys are going to be checking it out. I always make sure the cushions and everything behind me are all okay. I don't get, and this sort of workstation, is it set that way to make her look really busy or does it make her look like a slob? You tell me.
Obsessed with that. Well, here on the Bullhorn Betty channel, we like to give ourselves, our heart, and our day over to God. And we find that a lot of people are coming and
before it looked like quarters are up.
So
she's about to read from the book, as Burnt Toast always says. She's about to read out of the book that she's been reading for 30 years, and it's pretty much advice about Betty. Actually, she's got earbuds in. It's not a granny chain. They're the earbuds. But yeah, the book that is basically written for her.
I've been reading this book for 15 years, over 15 years. And every single time, it's the same stuff, day after day, same exact print on. I can tell you that last year, on August 25th, we were
give her an
E for effort. Message today, August 25th. But what is so amazing about this book is you get something new out of it each year. It's like rereading it all over again for the first time. So,
Well, then it's
good
not
morning, Sonia.
rereading.
It's nice to see you.
I'm nitpicking, but you can't say it's like rereading it for the first time. It's like reading it for the first time, Bet.
NC Girl Freedom, Sheila, Gigi for Life, The Real Me Too, Mac J.
Let's get to the book.
But put out original letting go today for August 25th.
Oh,
Show
okay.
your gratitude. Show your gratitude. Why wait? Show your gratitude today. If someone has been kind, thank him or her today. Yes, we can wait and buy that person dinner next week. But how about writing an email this afternoon or leaving a message on a telephone answering machine telling how much you appreciate the kind words or deeds? We cannot.
There's the proof it's an old book. Leaving a message on a telephone answering machine. Why not write a note with a quill and ink and send it aloft with a dove to the turret of your beloved? Why not leave a message on the little tiny tape recorder tape on a Telefonica answering machine? You might want to get a new book. I mean, I love that she does this, but seriously, I mean, I don't, but seriously, those who follow her on August the 25th next year are going to be like, I still remember you talking about me leaving a message on a telephone answering machine, and I don't know anyone who owns one of those things. It's dumb advice. Can we get with the program? Can we move forward into the future, into the present at least?
Not show gratitude without sharing it with someone. When we show our gratitude, it's a way of sharing our joy with that person. Even when we do something as simple as burning a candle to show gratitude to God and shares our joy with everyone who sees the flame of the candle. It strengthens their
I never think of God when I light a candle. I don't think of life perplexed either. I just want my house to smell nice.
faith and reminds them how to show gratitude too. Make showing and sharing your gratitude as part of your life. If someone does something nice for you,
True, we
share your
have
happiness with
lost a
that
lot of
person.
comedy
Send a
now
card or
that
make
she's
a phone call.
tidied
If
up
you
her
believe
office.
that prayer has been answered by God, share your gratitude with God.
It's the hair that needs
Tell
a freshener.
someone or thank God publicly at your
Quill.
worship service. If you had a victory in your recovery, show your
Pigeon
gratitude
post.
by sharing it with others in your group.
I think
Then
so
share
too,
your gratitude
Francesca.
with them, for they help and they've given help to others. Demonstrate gratitude.
This book is so lengthy. You just need a book that you can just fling it open and there's a cheeky little one-liner that just says something like, I don't know, rethink your career, become a prostitute, unless you can't get sex for free, and then think about doing something else. That's what you need. She's still crapping on. Let's get past this. What else is going on in Betty's life? The YouTube trolls are something else, still reaching out to a mother who missing her daughter. Ridiculous. If you guys have anything to say, message me, not the mother. Oh, okay. That's a fairly full-on subscriber you got there, Betty.
Is missing. And she's been begging for everybody to help, and nobody's picking up her case. So, she gave me a couple, I have to verify that this.
Why does she always say nobody's ever picking up cases? Because she just seems to cover cases that other people on YouTube are already talking about. I don't know the people. I didn't know that one. There was one girl that in her title, Layla. But I've heard about Rachel and obviously Koberger. A golden book. My sister gave me everything I learned from golden books. It's over there somewhere. Maybe that's how we'll end this live. I'll go and grab it off the bookcase while you listen to some more Betty.
This is not a troll, so we go through this whole, but at the very beginning, she had already given me a whole lot of information, even some resources to show me, where to go look. And true enough, this truly was a case She gave me the mother's number, and of course, naturally, because we're always under attack, I thought that this was kind of somebody trying to troll me, trying to figure out what we do, whatever. So I thought it was a troll. So I went on the TikTok to listen to her voice to see, because I knew that truly was attached to the real Jennifer Santinello. So I went over to the TikTok and I listened to the voice, and I call the number that I'm supposed to get, and I get a voicemail.
Does everyone else just die of boredom listening to her? Like, she's just enough. I'm done with her. I've got my everything I need to know I learned from a little golden book, and I'm going to Bullhorn Betty us out of this show with a little random message, something that we've all learned from golden books. Hi, Sunny. Sunny's emerged from her slumber. It's playtime. God, it's 11:15. It's definitely time to end. All right. Use your imagination. They're off to Bullhorn Betty's Kids Club. But that's what I learned from a golden book. And here is my imagination in full bloom with a little video I made today for my channel that I'll be going live on, doing all the Kramer stuff in future. Sorry about what happened earlier with Channel 7 not allowing us to watch the really fascinating interview with Bruce Lerman. But thanks for coming back and hanging out for a bit of silliness. I appreciate it. And yes, very soon on the Australian Controversial Drama Channel, we will continue to look at all of these idiots on YouTube, because why the hell not? And I'll see if I can work out a way to do the remainder of that interview. I'll see if 7 News allow me to use. If I can get permission, let's go. But until next time, stay groovy, everyone. Have a fabulous weekend. For those of you entering it, and for those of you with half of it left, make the most of tomorrow, because Monday we'll all be back at work. See you soon, everyone. Sweet dreams and bye for now. Why do I keep doing that like a total fuckwit? You tell me.